Right, President Trump indicating that a deal with Iran is possible, but strikes in the Middle East continue. The president lifted his ultimatum on Iran, saying that the U.S. and Iran have major points of agreement. However, Iran's foreign ministry maintains there's been no dialogue with Washington. Iran is still hitting nearby Gulf nations today. The UAE says it intercepted another 5 ballistic missiles and 17 drones launched from Iran. NewsNation international correspondent Robert Sherman joining us from Tel Aviv. And Robert, Pakistan is also now poised to mediate a possible ceasefire deal. What more can you share on that?
Yeah, this just came down here, Marni. On the one hand, you've had the Iranian side claiming that there are no talks taking place with Washington, but we know Iran has been speaking with diplomats from Egypt, from Turkey, from Pakistan, who've reportedly been passing messages back and forth. We just got this from the Prime Minister of Pakistan. I want to read this statement for you. It says, Pakistan welcomes and fully supports ongoing efforts to pursue dialogue to end the war in the Middle East in the interest of peace and stability in region and beyond. Subject to concurrence by the U.S. and Iran, Pakistan stands ready and honored to be the host to facilitate meaningful and conclusive talks for a comprehensive settlement of the ongoing conflict. We don't have any meetings set in stone yet. It has not been confirmed by either Tehran or Washington, but it does give you the indications that the diplomatic channels are churning in the background. That has not slowed the cadence of this war, however. What you're looking at on your screen, this is one of the ballistic missiles that Iran fired at Israel, which was able to slip past the Iron Dome defenses here this morning. It has been a day in which people here around the country have been going in and out of the bomb shelters. The scenes on the ground there show the impacts in residential communities, tearing apart condo buildings, punching holes in the side of residential homes, destroying much of the residential community that is around there. These are the kinds of impacts that we are seeing and the might of these ballistic missiles that Iran continues to put in the air. As a result of all of this, American and Israeli forces have been punching back on their own. From the American side, the focus has been on eliminating Iran's aerial capabilities, particularly as they relate to threatening the Strait of Hormuz. We just heard from the Israeli side a short while ago that they carried out a series of strikes on Isfahan. And when you listen to the public sentiment on the ground here, Marni, despite all these conversations about diplomacy taking place in the background, people here do believe that there is still a ways to go in this fight here, as we have not seen the back and forth slowing down yet. Marni.
Also, Robert, Israel and Hezbollah continue to trade blows. Speaking to the point you just made, Lebanon announcing that they are expelling the Iranian ambassador. Pretty significant move. What's the latest on that front?
Well, the backstory of all of this, Marni, is that Israel has been very critical of the Lebanese government, saying that they have failed to keep Hezbollah in line and Iranian influences out of their sphere. And as a result, you have seen a full-blown second front opening up in Lebanon. You have seen strikes such as these that have been carried out around Lebanon by Israeli forces. You've also seen Israeli troops operating on the ground, destroying bridges like what you're looking at right now. And that is significant, as the defense minister in Israel said they're prepared to control all of these bridges and all of the routes over the Litani River in order to keep Hezbollah at bay. And they're also prepared to control all of the security zones in southern Lebanon, as long as Hezbollah is not reined in by the Lebanese government. The defense minister of Israel going so far to say, quote, the principle is clear. If there is terror and rockets, there will be no homes and residents, and the IDF will remain inside. So the Israelis setting the table for a long-standing operation inside Lebanon itself. You see this move being made by the Lebanese government in order to expel the Iranian ambassador here, as certainly all of these tensions continue to build between the two sides in the north. Right. Marni.
Appreciate the update as always, Robert. Stay safe.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.